Good morning.
Good morning.
Aye. Just hello. Yeah. Namo Nama. Actually, today we will discuss about the issues of people suffering from depression. When I was in the college or the school times, I never heard of depression. But today, 1 in 3 people is having depression. And we also might be suffering from depression because today the economic state is like this. The past 10, 15 years, 10, 12 years, it is recession and many people are facing depression. So today what we are discussing is not a clinical depression. Clinical depression has to go to doctor, they have to take medicines. But we are talking depression on a mild stage or clinical depression with medicine, how you tackle with yoga. If you go, please don't go to the net, because if you go to the net, they say yoga for depression and they show everything. There is no logic in what they are showing. But yoga actually handles depression in a holistic manner. I will explain you what is holistic manner. Holistic manner means it checks from all angles how to improve the depression. So the first, what you have to see is how does a depression person behave? Can you give me some suggestion? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes. We can hear you.
Yeah. So I just want to ask you a question. A person in depression, how does he behave? Symptoms. How you know when a person is in depression? Because they behave normally. So how do you notice that a person is in depression? Physical symptoms. Can you give me some inputs? Sai. Can't hear? Sai,
Yes.
Sai can hear. Yeah. Yeah, now Sai, you can hear? But I can't hear you. Vishy, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So the problem is at Sai's end. What about Mehta? You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that means Sai has a problem. Okay, we can continue.
Yeah.
We can continue. So what I'm saying is, Vishy,
Yeah.
normally when a person is in depression, that person just sulks. He sits, he sleeps, he is having a negative attitude. That's how a person in depression becomes.
Correct.
So now, what is the yoga routine you will tell him? We start normally with prayers. You have to be very careful while suggesting prayers to a depression person, because he loves to sit before the God and just sit there, not do anything. And the patent dialogue what a depression person will say is, "Sab upar wale ka dene kya karna hai, chupchap betega." So you have to motivate him, saying that you have to do your karma. Then only God will support you. So we start with the prayer. But today's session will focus on a depression person, how to tackle a depression person, how to suggest some remedies for a depression person. So we start with the prayer, Om chanting only, but ensure that he doesn't sit a long time with the prayer, because otherwise he will be into that only. Okay? So we start with our Om chanting. Take a deep inhale. Exhale with equal distribution to the stomach, chest and the throat. Rub your hands, cup your eyes, rub your face, open your eyes with a smile. Okay, we first do the Sushma Vyayam. Can you stand up? In Sushma Vyayam, definitely we do the neck exercise first. 1, 2, 3. Now sideways. 1, 2, 3. Side bend. 1, 2, 3. Now in Sushma Vyayam, please remember, for depression person, they are always, their body, you will see they are sitting like this. So you have to ensure that the chest opens up. So for a depression person, the Sushma Vyayam itself, you start telling them to open up like this. 1, hug. Open, hug. Open, hug. Open, hug. Open, hug. Open, hug. Okay? And then the body twist. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5. Side twist. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Now hips rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opposite side. 1. When you bring it inside, it is known as adduction. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now left leg. 1. When you take it outside, it is known as abduction. 2. Like abducting a child. 3, 4, 5. Inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the knees bend, rotate. Bend, rotate straight. bend, rotate, straight. Bend, rotate, straight. Bend, rotate, straight. Bend, rotate, straight. Opposite side. Bend, rotate, straight. Bend, rotate, straight. Bend, rotate, straight. Now keep the legs wide. Rotate both the legs internal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now from internal to external. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now take the heels up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can also walk on your toes. That is also a Sushmagram exercise. Walking on your toes. Okay. Now we move to asana. One of the most important asana for a diabetes or for a depression person is Tadasana. But whenever you tell Tadasana to any depression person, please be beside him because he might fall. So you have to be beside him because actually that is the last yoga exercise we teach him. That is Tadasana. Tadasana is simple, you know that it is just inhale, take your hands up, lift the heels up and stand on your toes. Can we do Tadasana? Again, take a deep breath, inhale, go up and hold for 10 breaths. 1, 2, take your stomach inside, body straight, heels up. Try to put your bun. Put your bun in the Tadasana. Count 3 breaths, 4 breaths, 5 breaths, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whenever you are not getting a balance in Tadasana, just look at one spot above your forehead and keep on looking at it, you will get the balance. After Tadasana, kindly sit down. Sit down in this position. Vajrasana, we will do Uttarasana. Uttarasana is camel posture. Stand on your knees and keep the leg little wide and take the left hand, bring it back, catch your heel. Take the right hand, bring it back and catch the other heel. And push your hips forward. Push your hips forward. Put your head down behind and breathe. You will find the pressure in the back. Very good for lower back. Very good for constipation. I want to see you all doing it. SVC, can you do it? Take the left hand, rotate the left hand behind, rotate the left hand behind, catch the left heel, good, right hand behind, catch the right heel, good. Now push your hips ahead, push your hips ahead, head back, very good Vishy, good. I cannot get the view of you properly. Can you do sideways? I'm not getting the view. Sideways. Yeah. Stand on the knees. Left hand, catch the left heel. Right hand, rotate and take the right heel. Bring the right heel. The balance should be on the left hand, so you will get the right and you can go easily. Try to go behind. Catch. Good. Now push your hips ahead. You can do it. Okay, no problem. Do one thing. Keep both the hands on your hips. Sorry. Keep both the hands on the hips. Now you push your hips forward. Okay? Yeah, that can be done, Mr. Mehta. Good. You can practice and then do it. We will do it once again. Relax. Everybody relax. Sit on Vajrasan. Stand on your knees. Take the right hand. Bring it behind. Catch the heel. Take the left hand. Don't bring it behind. Just hold it here. Practice this. And then push your hips ahead. Push your hips ahead, head behind. Just keep it like this. No problem. And slowly, when you're okay, you can take it and bring it back. Take it and bring it back afterwards. Not now. Once you practice. Push your hips ahead. You can also catch it like this and do it like this. Count the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Relax. Whenever we are telling a depression patient to do exercise, we should tell him to do back bends. Why back bends? It is a normal thing. Whenever you are in an emotion in the sense emotion of sadness, you are like this. Whenever in your emotion of energy, aggressive, you will be standing like this with chest forward, back straight. So we are trying to bring that emotion in the patient by doing back bends. So his chest is coming ahead, he is opening up. So you have to tell a depression patient always to do back bending exercise. Never tell him to do the forward bending exercise because he's already in depression, he will go further in depression. Now we do Bhujangasana. Kindly sleep on your stomach. Both the legs together. Hands beside the chest. Exactly beside your chest. It should be beside your chest. Try to bring little elbows closer. And inhale and take your back up. Your navel should not leave the floor. And breathe for 10 rounds. Hold it and breathe for 10 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sai, good. Sai, look up. Good. Later, your hands are too ahead. It should be near the chest. Okay, relax. We will do one more round. Relax. Okay, bring your hands near the chest. Both the hands beside your chest. Correct, Mehta. Don't come up. Just keep the hands behind the chest. Don't come up. And now take a deep inhale and come up. Take a deep inhale and come up. Yeah. Good. That is enough, Mr. Mehta. That is enough. Take a deep breath and come up. Yeah, that is enough, Mr. Vici. That is good. And now count the breath for 10 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax, relax, relax on the floor. Relax on the floor. Now, everybody sleep on the back. Sleep on the back. Relax and sleep on the back. Back. Sleep on the back. Eyes closed. This is Shavasana. This is Shavasana. Your legs should be like in a V shape. Relax. Palms facing the sky. No pillow. Straight on the floor. Always recommend this posture for your depression patient. Don't tell him to do Makrasana, what we did yesterday. Don't tell him to do Makrasana. Because if you see a depression patient, he will always try to curl up while sleeping. Because he is in a depression mood. He will always sleep like a curled baby. But you have to open him up. So always tell him to sleep like this in Shavasana. A depression patient should sleep in Shavasana, not in Makrasana. Whenever you are in Shavasana, observe your breathing, observe your heartbeat, observe your body. Your focus should be internal, not external. Mr. Mehta, both your hands should be little closer to the hips. Yeah, that should be the way. A little more closer. Yeah, that should be the way. Correct. Which hand should be near the hips. Yeah, that should be the way. This is Shavasana. And please don't sleep in Shavasana. You should always lie down and be aware of your body, the heartbeat, the breath, the muscles. This is a resting position, relaxation position. Recommend this for the depressive patient. Now please get up slowly from the side. Please get up slowly from the side. Sit down. Another observation what you will see about a depression patient is they will breathe very shallow. You will find a depressive patient very shallow breathing. You will never find them doing a deep breathing. But we have to make them do a deep breathing. And first step for the deep breathing is they should do Kapalbhati, because all the air which is dormant air in their chest should come out. So first step is Kapalbhati. So let us practice some Kapalbhati. We will do today at least 40 Kapalbhati. Try to do 40 Kapalbhati. Kapalbhati is what you mean is shining of the skull. Why you call it shining of the skull is because with Kapalbhati all your mucus, everything gets clear. You will never get sinus problem, migraine problem. It clears the congestion in the chest. One of the best kriyas. Kapalbhati is just take a deep inhale. First you take an inhalation and just exhalation. Forceful exhalation from the stomach. So let us do the Kapalbhati 40 rounds. Okay? Deep, close your eyes. Inhale and start. Now we do one more round of Kapalbhati, and I want to see you all doing it. I should see your abdominal going up and down, and rest of the body is still. Okay? Take a deep inhale and 40 exhalation. Deep inhale and start exhale. Okay, start. Good. Which is good, fast. Sai, very good. Perfect, Mehta. Perfect. Sai, you are shaking a lot. Stop after 40 counts. Good, Sai. Good, Mr. Mehta. Good. Kapalbhati should always be told to any depression patient because Kapalbhati will clear all the air in the chest. Now the next one, what we are going to do, actually which is not in the syllabus, is Surya Vedi Pranayama. We know this is the left, we know this is the right. The left is for cooling body, right is for the eating up of the body. Depression patient is always cool, so you have to make them little active. And the way to do active is exactly like Nadi Shodhan, but only you will breathe from the right nostril. You will inhale from the right, exhale from the left. That's it. So we do the Nadi Shodhan, take the two fingers, keep it on your forehead, and with your ring finger, close your left nostril, inhale from the right, take a deep inhalation, hold it for a while, and exhale from the left. Close the right nostril and exhale from the left. Exhalation double the time. Again, close the left nostril, open the right nostrils, and inhale from the right nostrils. Hold it, close the right nostril, open the left nostrils, and exhale from the left nostrils double the time. Again, close the left nostril, open the right nostrils, inhale from the right nostril, hold it, close the right nostril, open the left nostril, exhale, double the duration, and exhale from the left nostril. Do this for at least 10 times. Come on. One. Slowly, there is no hurry. Slowly inhale from the right and exhale from the left. The time taken for the left, for the inhalation, should be half the time of the exhalation. This is known as Surya Vedna Pranayama. This will eat up the body. A depression patient should have heat in the body. They are very cool. They don't feel like doing anything. So this will energize the body. Good. Can finish? Good, Mr. Mehta. Good. Okay. Relax. We will go to the next one. Always remember your breath should be normal before you go to the next session. The next one is known as Bhastrika. I have not taught you Bhastrika actually because Bhastrika is not in the syllabus. But since we are talking about the depression patient, I just want to tell you about Bhastrika. Bhastrika is just deep inhalation and deep exhalation. Deep inhalation and deep exhalation. Only people who can do Kapalbhati should do Bhastrika because Bhastrika will energize the body like anything. So whenever you all know you feel fatigue, you feel lazy, just do Bhastrika. Bhastrika is good for the depression patient because it will energize their body. So how do you do Bhastrika? Simple. Just deep inhalation, deep exhalation. We will do it 20 times. Okay? And as usual, from the abdomen, the breathing. Deep inhalation and exhalation start. And Sai, in this Bhastrika, the duration of exhalation and inhalation is same. There is no difference. This is the only one where the inhalation, exhalation is same duration. Relax. Now once again we do Bhastrika, but 30 rounds. Okay? Deep inhalation and deep exhalation with maximum effort. Again, start. Very good. Very good. Good, Mr. Mehta. Good. Very good. Bhastrika should be done whenever you feel fatigue, whenever you feel lazy, whenever in the evening after office hours you don't feel like in a mood. At the time, please do Bhastrika. It energizes immediately. Immediately you will feel a lot of energy. Just 2-3 rounds of Bhastrika and you are back into action. Now, let us sit in a dhyana mode. Close your eyes. Observe your breath. Observe your breath properly. Today we focused on how to handle a depressive patient. To handle a depressive patient, it has to be a holistic approach. Holistic approach in the sense, first is their thoughts. Please motivate them. Don't recommend prayers much to the depressive patient because they will love to sit in prayers and not go anywhere. Second is the breath. They are doing shallow breath, so recommend Kapalbhati to clear their congestion in the chest. Number 2, recommend Surya Vedna because that eats up the body. Third, you can recommend Bhastrika for energizing the body. If you observe the depressive patient, their posture is always sulking and closed way. So you have to open up their chest. So recommend any back bending asana like Ardha Chakrasana or Ustrasana and Bhujangasana, that will open up their back. A very good exercise for them is Surya Namaskar, but we have not studied Surya Namaskar.